from the Greenway Commission, who contributed towards this, and Commissioner Dan Castle, who sits on the commission, will talk a little bit more about that, including what we've been able to do to take Isleview Park, which is truly a wonderful asset, but hadn't been really invested in quite some time, and we'll turn it into one of the sparkling jewels of our Erie County Park System. We were talking about a $4.1 million enhancement that is a collaboration between Erie County, the Niagara River Greenway Commission, as well as the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, which contributed towards this project, and funding from the New York State Department of State. So this is truly a collaborative effort to invest in one of our great natural assets. This will reconfigure significant areas of the park riverfront to make it more user-friendly, aesthetically pleasing, and walkable. Just to give you an example, it's kind of sitting back there somewhere, but why don't you pull that one up, Dan? Put that one up here. There's a new vista overlook. Yeah, just move the whole thing up. You can just bring the picture. Here, just give me the picture. Oh, it's taped to it. Okay. That answers that. So, that was a good idea. So we got new Isleview Enhancement Project, which is, as I say, made possible by the Power Authority through the Greenway Commission, the Ralph Wilson Foundation, the Department of State in Erie County. But you're going to have a new overlook vista, because as you see, there's a big dramatic 30-foot drop from the road above to here, which actually used to be part of the Erie Canal. And now it's going to make it so that there's a much easier way to get down here if you're on bikes or you're walking or you're taking someone with a wheelchair, because it's not always easy coming down that initial slope. So you're going to have the increased overlook in vista to address the 30-foot grade difference between the road above and the park below. And then there's going to be additional work that's being done to reconfigure the trail to connect the Riverview Solar Technological Park, which is basically across the street from the far, which would be western end of the park, to the actual trail system that goes through itself. And then the trail is going to be reconfigured. We're going to be doing 5 waterfront overlooks. Which you see, one of them was an old overlook here that truthfully needs work. So we're going to be updating the 5 waterfront overlooks, which really haven't been touched since the 1970s and 80s, other than replacing occasionally of park benches. A new inclusive playground with nature-based play elements will be built. The former River Dogs hot dog stand, down there, it's been abandoned. We couldn't get anybody to want to go in there. That's actually being demolished and replaced with a new pavilion shelter. What we hear from folks who like Isleview is, other than the shelter which is there, there's really no other place for them if they wanted to bring family and have an event. So we're demolishing the old River Dogs hot dog stand and replacing it with a pavilion shelter. The northern entrance, which is up there, will actually be reconfigured and re-enhanced. It is used quite a bit, but there's not really a lot of parking there, and the way you enter is a little confusing, so that's being redone. And like we're doing with all our parks, we're installing new park signage. So this is a fairly comprehensive first major investment that's going in Isleview in many years, and I want to thank all my partners here, from the Power Authority, the Greenway Commission, the Ralph C. Wilson Foundation, of course, the Department of State, Erie County Department of Parks, our Erie County Department of Environment Planning, which has been instrumental in helping to design this project. It is an investment that we're making, which will benefit not just today, but the future. This year is the 100th anniversary of the opening of the Erie County Parks. Last year was the 100th anniversary of the creation of the Erie County Parks Commission, but it was in 1925 in which the first parks of the Erie County Parks Commission were opened. And it's, I think, perfectly appropriate to be here 100 years later at Isleview talking about a major investment, which is not just for today, but that will carry this park forward for decades to come. So I want to thank all my partners who played a role in making this happen. It is an investment you can be proud of. It's an investment that people are going to be talking about for many years to come. They may not know who is involved in this project when they come to this park, but they're going to say, wow, it's so much better, it's so much greater, and they're going to appreciate it for decades to come. And that's something that we can all be very proud of as we go forward. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my partner, in Erie County government, John Barnesi, legislator, who's been advocating for this project since he's come into office as legislator, and we're very pleased that we're able to deliver it to him and his district. So, Legislator Barnesi, thank you for your support.
Thank you. The county executive has highlighted the highlights of everything that's going to go on in this park, and they're significant. As someone who grew up in this neighborhood, who came to this park in the 80s, in the 90s, they have to realize what an importance this is and what's going to happen here. You can't even get to the park from River Road here. You're going to be able to access it coming down, either walking, on a bike. This is going to become an attraction throughout Erie County for people to come here. It's going to put Tonawanda on the map as a place to come for destination for this beautiful waterfront. And I'd like to thank the county executive for his commitment. As long as he's been in office, he has committed to the park system throughout Erie County, and we're finally getting to Isleview. But it's significant, and I really appreciate everything that he's done and the resources he's committed to us. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I just thought to myself, it's not only the 100th anniversary of the opening of our parks, it's the 200th anniversary of the opening of the Erie Canal, and we're staying through this section here. So this has been an important feature of Erie County and Western New York for 200 years, this area. And we're very pleased that we're able to ensure that its future is a bright one. And I want to thank our partners once again, the Ralph C. Wilson Foundation, our partners with the Greenway Commission, as well as the Power Authority. And to speak a little bit about those issues is somebody who works with them all the time, and that's our Commissioner of the Department of Environment and Planning, Dan Katzel.
Thank you. Well, thank you, folks. You know, it's kind of an honor for me to be here today. I grew up in the town of Tonawanda, not too far from here. Kind of a common theme here today.
It's a great place to live, work, and play.
That's right. You said you came here in the 80s and 90s.
I grew up in the other town that mentioned.
Well, I know you mentioned coming here in the 80s and 90s. I was coming here in the 70s, so I guess I'm a little older. But it's really nice to see a lot of hard work come together today. And I'm here actually wearing a couple different hats. As county executive said, I'm the Commissioner of the Department of Environment and Planning. In that role, I got to work with Parks, our DPW, the town, the Greenway Commission, a whole range of partners, if you've heard about, to get this project to where it is today. And that's been it's been a terrific experience. I'm also wearing the hat of the Buffalo and Erie County Greenway Fund Standing Committee. With the relicensing of the Niagara River or the Niagara Hydro project back in 2007, several funds were set up through funding from the New York Power Authority to provide for ongoing mitigation and other ranges of projects. And for this Greenway Fund Standing Committee, we get $2 million a year. And we're in our 18th year of 50 years. So you can do the math, that's about $36 million of funds that have gone into incentivizing over 100 different projects along the Niagara River Greenway. Some of those are multiple funding over the years, some of them projects long done, many, many years ago that we kind of take for granted. But this fund really kick-started a lot of the development that you've seen along the Niagara River. And I don't have a copy of the map, but it's really impressive to see the 100 different projects. And so the panel includes representatives from Erie County, City of Buffalo, Olmsted Parks, and the New York Power Authority. And that committee has funded about $900,000 of this work and has been a real linchpin in building this. So we should really credit the Power Authority and those players and what that fund has meant. Another party that couldn't be here today is the Ralph Wilson Foundation. J.J. Teague had a prior commitment, not able to be here today. I think he knew what the weather was going to be, and he's stayed home. But he said he will be here for the ribbon cutting later this year. So again, acknowledge the funding from that entity as well. And really, it's a number of funding partners and players coming together. So with that, thank you all for coming. I can't wait to come back in a few months and see the finished product. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Also joined by Jim Sharp from our great friends from the town of Grand Island, right across. A nice backdrop there. I appreciate him. And we have Reed Stevens, of course, from the Greenway Commission. Want to say a few words?
Sure.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, County Executive. It's a great day for the Niagara River Greenway out here. Our staff is here, Michelle, Lisa, and Aaron. We have 4 of our commissioners here. Thank you for commissioners for being here. Lisa, Jim, Lou, and Carol. The Greenway spent the last 18 years building a linear trail from Lake Erie to Lake Ontario, and we're almost done. And as we get to this point, we realize that we need more projects like this. What's exciting about this project is providing the local community access to the trail system. And it's providing an amenity which families and their children can come enjoy and play on. Not every kid wants to ride 37 miles to Lake Ontario and back, and so they need local places where they can come with their family, enjoy a day of casual recreation, and just have a good time on our waterfront. So this is I think the future of the kinds of projects we're trying to build. There'll be one coming up in Niagara County next week or next 2 weeks. So you'll see more of these kinds of things as we move forward, we hope. Thank you very much, Erie County, for your strong support. It's a great project.
Thank you. Thank you. One final person before we move some dirt that was already moved. Lou Panessa from the Power Authority would like to say a few words. So we appreciate the support that you've offered on this.
Thank you. Understand your role in a situation like this, and to wrap things up very, very quickly. On behalf of John Comel, our chairman, and Justin Driscoll, our CEO, thank you for inviting us to be a part of this great project that increases access to the waterfront. The Greenway has always been about 2 things: partnerships, which the county executive has eloquently talked about, and the second one is access to the waterfront. And what's really exciting about this is the inclusive nature of this project with the inclusive park and the increased ADA access. So thank you very much for having us be a part of it, and we look forward to the ribbon cutting as well. Thank you. Very good. We look forward to the ribbon cutting, but before we get to ribbon cutting, you got to move some dirt. So we're going to move over here, and whoever wants